When I call the each show, the only guy in the industry about guy my launch mo ho ha monum yerba bo hwe more kodo wo industry mu nsensama kodo ahwana waka ho adwena cha amanfo aka ho na adwena cha amanfo Ghana de onche na mpambele bi most masam na edu donchel mpambe bi but then ho wonyim de more kodo bia no ye ba discuss wa aha monum fiti last week na oye Ghana Music Awards UK wo ye wie na no mu some ye discuss bi wa ha monom nsansam no do ontwai Shatawale obeba bo amount a wotua ne kaw akwisa bo agese hen nye dem na wotua wo kaw da oyakwisam na ridi especially the organizers wotua first class whatever awo na wo nkrofo anyi hon nam nyina including wo girlfriend fufula enyen nti onyaja wo dama $80,000 na Erican alodia wa be mi bi ono so wa baka kana dwenza cha kwisa aboaje most man sam no ko cheda mwepuepue mpo wo say sa na amanfo mpo wo pa chawji UK ticket na UK industry mu nsam lu kodo inti ono na yerba bo hwe wo show you do Shatawale dina de odo to ho the day na wotuen DJ Azonto ono so ozeneze odato ho also ono so wotua no $40,000 over the years ho mono man artist bi abo na mkwakubo show no wotua me day mkwakubo show no wotua me day aso oye aso onye are there any pros to this? Are there any what can then cons to it? The advantages and disadvantages be or hormonoma. Ono na yerba show no do in there. Many munuano maybe in our industry mu edem mensa chotome. Edem mumu akwaba. You share ya chair. Edano mo share ne luchu obi. Ne luchu no e wini ba na no e sopon. No e kepo. That's sad na video no wa shout no ho internet do the do. It's monto bale ho. Oh. Asafo konkro meraje. One shout. Momo akwa babio. And we be James Clark. James akwa.
Ya bia de.
Nkomen.
Obade na daroma.
Edanyamiase.
Ogusuhwe yeso.
Edanyamiase.
Ahofe wo ho.
Amen.
Apomdin wo ho.
Amen.
Sika kakra. Na odonso kakra.
You are launch no.
Fine.
Right, fine.
Yes.
You was you were out of Accra a movie project bidonal.
Yeah. Both movie project and then installing a friend as a king in Eburi, which is very lovely, you know. I happen to be there to see how tradition goes. And
so no you benya asase.
Oh, nsase no dey say bebrebe. If he if I say jankama ekono and I will be Bobby Pona immense ekono. He say nsase dudu bia mo hia bia no. Mo fa me so a another Roma Mare hene.
Sisa ipoje ya asase.
Me nyonko ne friend Mare hene. Enti no uni problem. Dey hia so botomu odu.
Na chede ye ba no we twa bia.
Oh yeah. Nice. And they be also a bit man negotiating na ya no installment.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, because menyonko no will be a ahemfo no e wabri no. Any needing kita ho be 6 solid years.
Oh.
Just almost as say mom de share nsa nyina no wadi hu no kre.
Oh.
Enti no sisi no oma officially no oma sini hene e de na kwa ahemfie. Akoye traditional yi ni nyina just Tuesday na twam na wonderful. Nsi say ye friend no Eye Nana Amwa Kojo the second.
Nana Amwa Kojo
the second. Ena ne nsamna ne ye Mare hene. Mare hene no ekyere se ahemfu no e di omore ahye wo mu.
Oh, okay.
Enti ensase ne nneoma nkakra akra ne ekwan on befa so e di development aba community ni mu no. Eni nti ne ahye no Mare hene no. First no de every atwam ne friend honorable Haj Mustafa Domi Kwabenya constituency.
Oh, okay.
But say no ntimi mbo said ni biem. Nti o se obono Nana Amwa Kwajo the second Mare hene.
Oh, okay. Okay. Beautiful. What me your room? Adam. Ye tired say. Mukobo show no twa makode. Mukobo show wo twa makode. In fact, usually no a Ghanaian artist na yet wo honano. Mente from any other countries.
Aba simple. Simple. Dem oko e haiba or share yellow top no your man is saying a simple for the
onka edem onka
The
jalumo
ah
edem akaye adwuma da aka jensa
minim so yourself wo
edem
me alomo no
akaye adwuma da aka jensa
ense iska
edem
iska adaka baako
breaking news
on first kenza
but this is a breaking
on
news
first kenza akaye adwuma da aka jensa
iska
nti ayotana anenu mebu
enya sam kitu akwa eton adaka baako wa eni price adaka baako nya sam kitu
Asam is serious.
A higher crown. And person, a bit more person disclose your money.
But I would say and disclose that. But then when they did disclose, are there disadvantages to it?
Yeah, there are, because what happens is that as a brand, you are dealt on different levels with different people. And at times, you charge based on a certain situation. And if you are not careful and you quote a certain figure, it's either you are telling those who are coming, this is what you charge. It could happen that there are some deals you may get higher than even the amounts you quoted. But who say I could just say, if you are not careful, it will be difficult for you to bargain up. Because of and at times artists be or even if they want to do the thing for you at a lower rate, or the pay amount at a lower rate, or the pay any free on charge it, because they feel like if you are not careful and you charge lower. Now, Koye program now industry no they are together. So Obeka Kokache maybe a mama or two city no. Now wako ochina be wave pewa James pewa no wakache James James last James baby sir last me who say osime sia be performer ma na man say me marry two nti oba ho ka bibia two na. And it's a better out. It may have artists maybe because some of the bodies near bomb hono per se one more able movie beyond that peg now about Thomas. And because of that, some people pay NDAs, like pay like public disclosures. The second one also tax authorities. I mean, especially say Okokadi anymore because now saying Jerry from 2018 they have started writing to celebrities even if they see say we post car be near the chokra no your gift tax you have to come and pay tax on it inti say okokasa ne mana ebia anymore na ye betata wa wanye kra na ekwa bring it into question your other things na and so one him say okoto tax in semua in order not to invite some of these say no cry problem being because at the end of the day you have to file your tax returns cry now won't file your tax returns near there into koyes and any babe ban what I say na babe tata and say babe monitor closely because you earn that much into your balance, you have to be very cautious of what you are doing, the business side and the tax side, so that it will later come and bite you. And in I mean, we have to be very circumspect in the prices you have mentioned because, I mean, there has been some events I charge like $120,000 and beyond. I mean, 80,000 and 80,000 pounds. Maybe I'll say, but 80,000 Shatter can charge this amount. It won't take time or be a UK na price beyond. Now say, Osimesi cry, will say into this event, and one a bit media amount, not and so I so these are some of the things, I mean, disclosures to more. And that also the good side of it. Emma, you who say, okay, you are worth this on such event. Until next time, we'll be power for those who know scheme be another bisa. Now we who say, who said they will say Nikoto kum ye do answer our ben. And you have been or ben no about be kasatin because it's already out there in the public. Until ba na wapo na odisika kutoku na ba na yakan cash no see, these are some of the things.
These are some of the things. James, Edamaka PD, with the pros and the cons, no, it will be at the back of viewer.
Yeah, dear meet me, I can't, from a different angle.
Okay.
Yeah, fun is UK and as a Ghana, as a business entity, Shatta as a body, no, a business. Because the brand, no, or the tone, and you might be brave. And you know, you were public and then you were private. They can't public near say Ghana Music Awards USA, Tabia Ghana Music Awards USA, you're calling a public program. And you know, you're born who did Emma man saying who say, Shatta ba, a dipado do say near expert, venue say near Ben or say, inti eba ni bibi sana ho ensen kan no eyesronko because nipa na oba no onim se oba begina simpie bi so a ododo ne ba behwe no se at least venue no fa ebia 1000 and 2000. That means one also be evaluate side and apart from our scheme nansansa or ye part of it no obesan performances inti no performances no so hoka ewo ho team oni omo ba na nya de ade nyina wo ho. Now about private no so a ye wo esikafo atitiru bi a obi ho a oye ne birthday party obi ho a oye ne private party be cocktail companies be your more private organizational programs be almost to me invite and we indoors and we call it more or less like a private inti eno so ehon senkan na different because no ye modidi ye nye didi bebre ye model rule bebre inti eno no ensenkan no different. And I ying na any more come has a Shatawale, sad year we say. Emme say a binamua almost from home gatekeepers, no. And now one more almost started raising his eyes and same way, especially because he didn't think about this thing. Because Shatawale you be or ye the first musician or Ghana has here. Or ye not going to say or per se or more price, musician price rate, no, ebe kosoro. It got to a point he was fighting his co-musicians or his co-A-list artists and also fighting event organizers, fighting award schemes. I didn't because Shatawale feel say Ghana has a show, no charge ebia 1.2 billion, 1.5 billion, 1 billion. Our Ghana ha, who change dollar equivalent Shatta 1.5 billion, about $150,000, $120,000. Okay, what do you call pounds more? It's around 60 or 70. Per sikan or caswagen, $80,000. No, what the best see this more? $80,000. Bro, billion in quetry ahibia. So 80,000 pounds. No, it is all sure. Me gidi say Shatta or Jesus cano. Even though many evidence bia, because me gidi say Shatta no or Jinioma be breedy. Adia NC and on yet. And no. Or come among who say, Samofu say on set Sasikana. A Lord Yanum, any Tabia for no, any other sponsors are. Who say, okay, a Lord ya write ups near the audio Google. Who say, this is the 6th year, and then he also got other sponsors. Aside of Tabiano, he got other sponsors. And there were people who were willing to come to the show because Shatawale is coming. Okay? I know add up to the show. And then I make our other sister station be say, yeah, I say a year ago, party in the park. Any other events be a normal fresh Shatta say Umbra or Castle no person or headline because body crofobia can one. Ultimately, Ombam the Tony Mumi and San Nine Penonco or no person fast stager or blasty. So ultimately, it is also a animal when you are in a countina Shatta of value that much. Now, you have other taxes. Your inheritance taxes, your personal taxes, your business taxes, your estate taxes, your other taxes. Enti se shata wako program. Ena wabe trese mimi say na mejiye. Okay. Ade na e wo say ye tena se kase o on deserve ana say obwa. Why? Because Edem de wako GIG ye call 3 months courses in media what I say per experiences I work because I'm penifuni bi and yes ye be adwuma no ye adwuma no from the street over the years and ye who say no ye certificate back me no bi and ye akoye 3 months 6 months courses bi and yes ye nya certificate by them no mo de omo through the mill still ogusu ko school kra me nim say nyame adoma enchoba be a professor so ti ase but the woman say in journalism what I know is say you need to quadruple check your facts apart from so be check across check you need to cross check more enti knowing obi ti say Kwesi Abuaji being in the industry over the years having experience having sources close pals meaning say some years back Ranoni a lot the animal cry ne Kwesi Enes they move along they gel together it me asem no me nhwe ne new asem na Kwesi Abuaji kan no me hu no say ene na sa asem na all start o kai say Shatawale ene ne mba ne medi o mo birthday a for so long na Shatawale hu ne mma no ena ye de ne mma ne ko ni fie one ne ni agi one ne mma no studio na the same Kwesi Abuaji ebetena radio so ebe kan say enkrofo of Philly stadiums enkrofo of Philly arenas na woni nkwala ati ho di agro sebi o mesra mi kan empenifo mani ma obi ohwe mi ye franko adwendwum ye franko nsoniem edie na Kwesi Abuaji wo against ene e wonim se nka sa time no nka so Kwesi Abuaji opesika kutu bi no in the organization omo organize event ma Shatawale because Shatawale tifie oni nkwala di agro enkrofo so esikafo bi omo fi alata mem sebi ehunu nyansa apesika edi omo nkrafo ewura London ni other countries omo bob big shows edi Kwesi Abuaji being a gatekeeper and knowing rich people and knowing big men, why couldn't he organize shows or 1 or 2 events for Shatawale? Unlike you come and sit down and criticize him. Me Kwesi die, me assure, me ya say, and penifo mo industry they cannot call Kwesi Abuaji to book. They cannot tell him say, bra, maybe they must say simple. Bring your evidence, because once a senior journalist or a senior media personality comes on radio or TV to come and speak, having your bigger platform to come and say, I don't believe it. It is not true. What is the opposite side of false?
True.
Okay, so if the opposite side of false is true and Shatta is giving us a false information, what is Kwesi Abuaji supposed to do based on facts, reality, fairness, genuity, telling people, say, being around for so much, so long, Kwesi Abuaji needs to bring us a proof within a week. On checking all the sources. Now, on country, say, and yes, idea, not just say, gatekeepers no more, any big platforms no more, they are doing disservice to Ghana. So, we need to dig deep into it. Some of us that are coming, we respect him so much. Some of us, we took inspiration from them before we started coming to radio. And for this time around, if they can give us false information and cannot substantiate and be telling us things that are not correct, challenging executive producer and challenging an artist, and you cannot substantiate your facts or your thoughts, madam, where are we heading to?
Where are we heading to? Adam, over the years, in fact, Sho Yeredo, I wouldn't want to mention the artist's name, but Sho Yeredo, artist abatinaha, wabu amount, like wabu amount ankasa. After the show, let me see, hey, now amount elibubu onye hundudubia, and as some more can you do, oh sister Abba. sa de nde omo bone sa na no omo ba
ne mu ayedu
ne mu ayedu
powerful
artist no mo boy no honestly oya artist or bo show at most it should be 20K. But then this person was mentioning 100,000, you know.
He wants to raise his brand.
And I'm sitting there and I'm asking myself, say, Ecuador na yedam. Na say a time comes, I confirm my term behind closed doors that oya kwisam neridi. Into the next time, if truly, what you call 100,000, na say a big jina buana nekado, wait you call 100,000. Man kada Shatawale is lying, but it's a scenario I want to put out. Na say kada wait you call 100,000. Na based on what you've told me before, Ntino. Maba out some bakade yokushini. American or nyampa. Amount American, that is not how much you were paid. On your one kasana you want the service.
Yeah, and also I think over the years, pricing is part of branding. Even we use pricing to brand. Some use pricing to show, say, their brand is affordable. Their brand thinks about the ordinary people. Some also use pricing to show that our brand is exclusive. Our brand is not for everyone. And based on what you are pricing your products as, I mean, how much you are pricing your product as, show, I mean, your position as whether you are affordable, you are for the ordinary, or you are an exclusive brand. In Tiosha, there is this car company, Toyota. I mean, they have a brand image of doing cars are affordable and other things. Then they realized that in the competition, other people are doing luxury brands. Then they decided to enter the luxury brand business. When they were entering the luxury brand, they didn't go into the luxury brand as Toyota. They set up a luxury brand, which is still Toyota, but with a different name, which is Lexus. Into which Lexus are, luxury brand comes to mind.
Yeah.
However, Toyota didn't want to mix more affordable brands to
the normal pricing,
yes,
normal cars.
To the luxury. So they set up a different way. So these are some of the things people use pricing to either show how luxury they are. And maybe the artist wants to use pricing to tell you that he has a very solid brand. But it's not always that it should be the case, because if you have a very solid brand, everybody sees. I mean, based on the things you portray, based on the kind of work you are doing, and the laurels and the achievement, people, without even mentioning figures, people can clearly see that, nah, this is a luxury brand, this is a luxury artist. So I would prefer you making your work talk for you. What I share, it's like trying to say, maybe you're very confident. People should tell you you are confident. You understand? People should, at times, you need to let people see that aspect of you. So it shouldn't necessarily come from you. If you are doing that, it means you angasa no brand angasa unje brand nindi. What I share, and I say, feel say bia, you also would be, also would by force fame na umankofo so sad anymore. And people do that to feel good.
You do baby so I force no from afar.
I told a biswa like the oil. Oko kana say or chinebia coffee training ko say enya no cry. I mean, it comes to take away from your brand that you are not credible, you can't be trusted, you know you are not truthful, and also it's not good. I mean, Emma will brand name will serious, and they're very dangerous for people to pass behind and later come to expose that. No, they are all kind of create. And no, enkoye Emma brand. So people will see it as funny. A brand will be funny. And say, yeah, we should do it the right way. Obia ni de wa like you're setting it up, and he's made up of. Obi oha or kasa ni omana, a money feeling powerful. Obi so oha sa ni omani hiano. Inti obi an kwanya or person feeling good, not all living a life. And at times you do honor, you cannot tell somebody how the person should feel good about himself. And see, they should be allowed to, make those statements, but it should be made based on facts because. Yes, say, the obey biano as well, and who are so tree and I say so, so we should be very circumspect. Say, yes, I did now. Everybody has a right to say how much he or she is paid or is worth. We cast our own tumbra, but it must be based on facts and not lies.
It must be based on fact and not lies. Adam, Brandon, I would want to ask you this question, as Marco James. I remember that we've had a little bit of them conversation before, that when it comes to a product, so your shirt here, my branding may not necessarily be about the shirt itself, but how reliable I am when you order shirts, irrespective of the time you order, ebia a penochna napa, a order nende, I will give it to you. So my brand is not really about the shirt, but about the swiftness of me getting the shirt to you, irrespective of what location I had in. There's so many ways an artist can brand himself. It can be consistency. We've had issues where artists have been paid, but then they didn't show up at all. What the ibinuma koko court, wachichi binuma na zingina. So artist can brand himself in that sense that say, ma confirm Madam Rebang koten da. No matter what, come rain, come shine, I am going to be there. But then it seems that any artist who wants to brand himself, Ibiano, is about how much. Are we not understanding the branding well?
So you cut branding, and I say brander. Branding is made up of what we call elements. So it's not based on one thing. Into your elements in branding, the logo, we can talk about the design, we can even talk about themes like colors. We can talk about colors, you can talk about certain physical attributes, and talk about any physical attributes. To the extent of talking about your brand image, a lot of these things come together to make up a brand. If you are not careful and you base on one side, one year will be a mistake because, to be able to have a brand that is solid to stand the test of time, you should know your niche and know how to be able to be robust in the niche. You should be able to have your brand vision, like what you want to do in future. You need to have your mission, what you are doing, and you need to have your values as a brand. Say the bear and no bit me a guide. Now say ufa one side now jaisa one other side. And also bit me a quetia. What you say no can say ubu we kwasiano na.
Other partner show.
Other partners show. You should make sure that you are doing a complete thing because that will make you a solid brand. So if you focus too much on one side and leave other side, it can go against you because Sanyo money there else who as a product or brand when it comes it forms and I say about together to create what we call equity. What attracts people to you? So you need to know the equity you carry. And if you know the equity you carry, it may cost equity. And some of the people, those who understand their equity, what attracts people to them, they are able to hold it very high esteem. There were some celebrities here, lifestyle in the public, is directly opposite to how people know them in private. But they have been able to maintain that public image consistently to the extent that it has overshadowed Omunyomo ye private to the extent that obeka private life can go for engine. It shows that the person understands his or her equity and has been able to falsify that equity. As a brand, I will advise that know your equity, know your niche, fortify and build that, rather than just focusing on one aspect. And yes, sir, will be a very, very big mistake because all your way, not the other side, when they be the other side, it should be you. And so we should pay attention to our equity. We should pay attention to our niche because, I mean, they are what makes us relevant as brand, and not mostly people think what I'm saying is my brand. Normally, what people fail to understand in branding is that, I mean, the space you occupy in the minds of your people are the kind of brand perception they have about you. That's actually the branding, because to gain a certain traction. When in people's mind, you are not occupying a very strong and positive position in their minds. I mean, it has amounted to nothing. Me brand new say no, and your man why you know. Will show the space you occupy. Into use of your brand new say now because you know that
Mary,
in your head.
That's not what you occupy.
What he's saying. So we should pay attention to the public, the people, because they are the reason you are relevant. They are the reason you are there. They patronize you. So don't be so self-centered and think that what you are doing, what you say is your brand. No, it is what the people say you are.
It's what the people say you are.
Very important.
Adam, my yen share tax system. James, yen share tax system. Ghana ha monom na banana GRA funa di when you are ba people in the entertainment space do oban hone taxes na za, but then wo abrochi no wonti hone taxes ho agre them event organizers see nyina obia to your taxes up to date because e ka ye kitikiti bi mu wo ho a akoje we know a lot of celebrities are hormonal was when you look at jail tax evasion footballers na zingina worko na these figures are flying yen nyina so yen nyime there sisiala abrochifu no why there when you want an internet service do papa
I don't know the Germany
onumpo no onu ntino amana say amanfo bi mpo ntum front when adan na adi because people believe that they can't prove the source of the funding into no what na adi into no mama for a fly figure see no what me day one pair problems in my event organizers no wo UK na one bia we ntua with them them tax what is out there what's the etua I want ka so grant interviews I confirm me dey nyo dem na mutue na wo tax document no do na o kire dey enye dem na etue ono ndanchen bia etua more but then figure other outside no or your lesser. It means you're going to pay less than you're supposed to pay on legal issues.
Okay, so I'll pick you from Ghana, then we enter UK.
UK, okay.
Ofana wa Ghana has a enye no kra se afi na yempanimfo na ni aba taxes ho. Afi o ma chemu
entertainment industry say Nancy was a skate to force a one no na one shas room to
na omo hyemu kena no. Emrapon ya omo hyemu kenan afi de omo de bloggers taxes eba omo de actors de enso so omo edem no omo ye print media no
MC na zinyina so
no edem talent a yankopon de ama na odidi hu kakrakra eno so no omo beje hu taxes say otiase now but ebre bia na etwam no ebra na live band night clubs near that dinner night clubs they and almost start here night clubs they pay taxes over the years but just here and now beverage companies are almost ton most of them they deal with entertainment people they pay taxes Oman mobile live band. Those times Metro, Ponom, Tipto, Apollo, Gaskia, many other than your live band and your man. No munina time no. Ubeti ubekwa kutra with the AMA and as a community assembly no before you can have the opportunity to perform. Intina omoji, but now it was on the lower side of it. What I say, because that time no, any musician be obi too quine. Say uni tax returns, kind documents no one. Apart from a bank statement, no, will be a ukrano. Also the tax returns certificate no, account and sana why they wait me yet me a grant you visa and that. Inti the person ma Ghana 40 as I say entertainment people we pay, but they say no na omoye for say other social media and other platforms are become so they want to add up. And adding up, no, so they didn't even have the nerves or they didn't give us the opportunity to even negotiate or talk to us or have many seminars with us or anything. Almost as politicians, almost rule in ya adanko dada drain zombies. Almost to how much them ran about, almost she no matter taxi, which is so wrong because they need to bring us together and do. That is why sometimes I feel so bad for our minister and the deputy minister and the chief directors at the sports Ministry of Tourism, Creative Arts and Culture. Because you might be saying a bar. Immediately you need to talk to her. You need to have a forum and then have a general meeting with us and discuss it, so that we can come in and say our mind. And then you also you make notes and then you go to your cabinet and make your projections. Anyway, and see I had no, and I also UK with Yanko order, but with a lot of friends that we know. Once I'm covered the piano, you didn't kita home. And I've had the opportunity to listen to Alodia on 1 or 2 interviews. Alodia had never mentioned a figure.
Okay.
He had not from that day. Now, Obibeka say, "Minjis kana entumono." Obi can say, "Oh no, the Shatawali rockers me majisi." Oh no, Obi so sorry anopa. Better than the media station or static as a menjin say no. Alodia no is CEO of the event. He has not said it anywhere. Say Omar Shatawale, £80,000. On count of
okay.
2 interviews I made any day. I still have the videos. They all kind of say if he said I have paid, so be it. I don't know yes or no.
Okay.
A vague, a open statement.
It's an ambiguous statement.
And other interviews I meet here also no. Or say ofo say entisa now what facts. Now we senior journalist, we top notch. Now we wadwuma. You should either prove it or cross check. Kwesi Ernest also granted interview on one of our sister radio stations with Samir Rasta. Kwesi Ernest say wote ho na o ka sansem na enchiemu be na wo evidence be na wo unim me number unim Alodia number unim Samir Flex number one through bia and wakotena se na wo kansem. But this is it, when you enter UK, anything that you do, you need to pay tax on them when it's about businesses. Alodia being in UK over the years as a DJ for so many years, why you say you ma we nyina no. Menjin this Alodia be BB. And only be business. No why invade tax. Okay? Alodia, a Ghanaian living in UK who has done business, events over the years. At least with this particular event, to the man of 5 years in Po. I am not sure, said the UK entity will sit down for Alodia to invade tax. I know why I'm saying it that way.
Okay.
Because from what we are hearing, while we are discussing this issue, is someone saying, someone said, I've taken this amount, and it is not true. And if it is true, go and pay £16,000. You watch the video? Did you hear £16,000? The person is a traveler. The one who said that is a senior journalist who knows the industry, who has been traveling outside Ghana and back. So I'm assuming he knows the taxation percentage in UK. So practically, if you said you have taken £80,000,
or they could see 16,000.
that means he knows the permutations. Into on one side the calculation. So say sign the panel or your UK tax officer. Or your Ghanaian UK tax officer. It was calculated tax also Shatawale Ekotia. It was Ghana and all UK government say. Yen nuane be ye adwuma no say na yen nua ba ko atua no enti sika say na also de mamo. I don't know if you are getting the angle I'm coming from.
I get
it's a point where alatafo nya de yeye. Alatafo edu be bi no mo wo edin se 419. No mo odin se sebio enubone tonfo. No mo odin bi se omo de omukro no nipa wo mu nyina omo nye. Omo tenase no omo ye omo adwen se yes sa bibia. So they change everything. So I was thinking, say, enka abranti ene boss asem no. Fresh kranka betenase ni eh ye de nyame ase. Ene de ye nua no okoye adwuma ye tua ne sei. Ene artist amoso mo ba mo charge kese.
One charge kese.
Event organizers here da mase. Na enka adwuma no nko nanim. But rather we want to do pull him down syndrome.
We want to do pull him down syndrome. Adam, before Yabokono, I want to ask your thoughts on the tax issue. Is it possible that it will give Alodia organizers of Ghana Music Awards UK issues with taxes?
Oh, I mean, I've listened to him and he doesn't sound perturbed like the echoes to the cry, because he feels that every year of filing a tax returns into the business no and he's transparent and see and might be being born in Hukra. So you could clearly see that it's one of the least issues of Jimbo, because he's done this over many years. This is the 7th edition Oya Award. And yet Afina, I mean, he will be grasping with issues like this. He understands it already, and I'm sure he's worked on that. And I think Akwesha Bwajitu, I mean, as a journalist, he has every right to. He was trying to make, at times, you want to make some analysis based on evidence, evidence to you. So you think that, okay.
That man America, I've heard something like that.
You have to evaluate the tone.
Let me finish.
You have to quantify and evaluate analyze the tonation.
He has every right. Because in journalism, you're afraid to be framing. As you decide to choose the side you want to talk. And he was trying to make some speculation based on certain things that, okay, if you look at this and this and this, you can't get this. That is what he's trying to say. In that vein, you also have every right to also question him based on in your manner or the analysis. And that is where we are at this point. He has a right to do that.
I didn't analysis. He just said it in evidence.
You also have every right to question, as a OBI in a research work, you have every right to point the errors or the mistakes of the research. Everybody has a right. And I'm sure that he knew that as some Bekano, people will not also take it lightly on the face value. And even including the person, Shatawale, definitely, Ofilise will hit it on his brand, and definitely he will come out. It's difficult to be able to tell how somebody should react when you touch him. And it's also difficult to say how someone should reason. As a bongo ideas, all the assembly.
And at my time, I asked him to and will find out where it's at.
Yeah, or no pen.
No, we pick.
In your car, also Felice quite done in one. Now also 1 point. Now you move your car. I mean, that is how everybody should.
That's how we build a country.
Everybody, because everybody should have an opinion. However, whether it makes sense or not, it will be based on your criticism out of that. And see, for me, I don't see any big deal. People are any old time. A balance out. China also be here. They be now also criticize here. I mean, you can question.
You criticize Arama.
You can.
But
wait, I mean, let's allow him a half an hour. I'd like to say a big shout out to Scott Evans. I mean, Evans Scott over the
Grace's Luxury.
Yeah. He had his exclusive listening of the Grace's Luxury. I was there, and I must say that it was a beautiful program. And if you listen to the content of the EP, I mean, it shows that Otsi sound now is an international sound, and it tells you the focus of, I mean, his craft and his brand. I mean, he's looking at breaking just not Ghana, but beyond. And his niche is the youth, and that is what he's doing more to, I mean, get more of them to love his craft. So I must say big ups to the team and whoever was there to support him. And I know that given the right enabling environment, I mean, he can be one of our breakouts who we will be proud of. So big shout out to Ivan Scott.
Big shout out.
And all the guys, yeah.
But your 30 seconds,
30 seconds, okay. Mechiamina or Hemi, Kwesikodia, yeah, it be crack.
Okay.
Kwesikodia, so if you come out over about now, until we dry, I'll say I could do for one be fine. Sasuna Mechia, Nana Kojo, Amwa,